Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 104 of the Teen Talk Skating Podcast. My name is Vango, and I hope you guys all doing very, very well. Make sure you follow, share, and like the Teen Talk Skating Podcast with all your friends and families because they told me to say that. That's honestly the truth. There has not been any developments in me making a new intro and theme and stuff for program of the week and stuff because yeah, we just what is that, a text? Oh my gosh. But yeah, my executive dysfunction has not been helping me in that. I figured out that the old ones do not want to re-upload, or I don't have the access to the files anymore or something. I genuinely just hate files, and it just no. I hate files. I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely hate files and dealing with the internet and uploading things because it always goes wrong for me. That's all I'm gonna say. But I hope you guys are all doing very, very well. This week was stressful. It felt like a whole big breath being taken in, and it's hopefully gonna exhale soon. But I guess we should get started with our program of the week. So yeah, let's go over to our program of the week. Okay, so our program of the week this week is from an ice dance team who I'm so sad that they unfortunately are not going to go to the Olympics this year. And that is Caroline Green and Michael Parsons. And this program is their 2023 World's Free Dance to Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin. I feel like this program is just really well built and structured for them on both kind of the technical and the artistic standpoint here. On the technical side, I feel like some of the steps are so in tune with the music, very much playing off of the music. The 1 foot step sequences are so close together, first of all, and I feel like they're just so classy to watch. All the lifts in this program just have very, very easy looking entrances. The first stationary lift, Caroline Green almost goes into kind of a spin, but then he catches her, and then she's sideways, and they're doing their little stationary spin, and it's really cool. Their twizzles are really well done, simple twizzles, simple elegance, simplicity here, but loud, loud music with Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin, of course. What else? I really enjoyed the what is it called? The straight line lift, is it? Is it the one after that? Is the straight line lift. Very beautiful again. She's kind of standing. No, was it the curve lift? She's kind of standing um almost in a arabesque position. She has 1 foot on him, and then the other foot is kind of back almost as she's into a spin, and she's just kind of looking at the crowd, and I don't know, it's just very classy for them, very classy. I really, really enjoy the choreographic character step sequence here because it's so much fun to watch. They really play along. It's really with the very fast part of Rhapsody in Blue, the very kind of playful part, and they're smiling and they're dancing. And I guess a good segue into that artistic point, like I said, this program just feels like they are an American couple in New York City dancing on the streets in the Roaring Twenties, and they are, I don't know, they're gonna go see a musical together. They're gonna go see a play together, and it's so classy. I feel like it's so elegant. It really does, I feel like, evoke the music of Rhapsody in Blue, the portraits of New York that Gershwin wanted to paint. And I don't know, something about it's just very classy and just very classical, not like modern or anything. It's just like, let's just do simple things and have a simple story of, I guess two people in love, or two people in, I don't know, but kind of just having fun. It's kind of like, let's go to a diner, let's go to the musical, and it just has that vibe, and they're smiling the whole way through, I feel like, or they're looking very intensely proud in a way. And yeah, it's just great commitment to the music. I feel like they've always been a team that really does have good commitment to the music, maybe unique, maybe not, what is it? What am I trying to say? Maybe Rhapsody in Blue isn't like a unique music choice, but they interpret it in a very unique way, I feel like. And a lot of their programs are just like that. And yeah, I feel like Caroline Green and Michael Parsons are such a great team, and I really do wish they were going to the Olympics. But anyway, go check it out after this episode. Green and Parsons and their 2023 World's Free Dance to Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin. Now it's time for our main episode. Okay, for our main episode this week, we are talking, of course, about the 2026 European Figure Skating Championships. This is my review of what happened. If you want to go back and listen to the preview, go ahead and go back to listen to episode number 102, where I previewed, oh my gosh, I previewed the 2026 European Figure Skating Championships and made some predictions that were extremely wrong. Like, extremely wrong. It was so bad. Um, like it was really, really bad. Thoughts on the overall competition here in Sheffield. I thought it was a pretty normal, decent competition, really well done. They also had these really, really cool electronic screens at this arena. I think it was the Ultima Arena, I believe it was called. But anyway, I really like this new modern ISU vision that they have going on for figure skating. I know when it was first announced, people were like, "Why? Like, why try to like modernize ISU? Why try to do la la la?" And honestly, like, I was one of those people too. But now I'm just like, dang, like, I like the modernized kind of look and feel of everything. The electronic screens displaying a picture of the skater and their name, and also the new interface when we look at the scoring is like super cool. I feel like, yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed this new modern competition, and especially here in Sheffield. The arena looked pretty good with the attendance rate at the arena. Good to grow interest in the UK where figure skating isn't, the super duper most popular sport, but this is still really great attendance. They were rooting the home skaters so hard in Sheffield, so patriotic for them, so cheering them on, so much fun, and we'll discuss a lot of that later too. And they also had this kind of pink and blue color scheme that I really liked, in all of like the graphic designing here. And I don't know, it's just something I liked. I remember 2 years ago in Kaunas in 2024, they had like the very, very pink and purple theme that was super fun. And this pink and blue one, like very electric colors, I feel like. I don't know. Not really like skating related, but still kind of fun. But let's go ahead and start immediately talking about this competition because yeah, if you listen to those predictions that I made 2 weeks ago on episode 102, they were so off. Like, genuinely, they were so I've never no, like, yeah, they were really off, like, really off. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the men's competition, which, of course, is probably the most chaotic competition of all competitions. This really was the definition of men's competition. Um, so yeah, like I genuinely did not know what happened here. I was like, wait, what? Like I opened the results, I was like, there's no way. There is actually no way. Okay, let's start off in 27th place. This is a really disappointing result, unfortunately, for me. And in 27th place, not qualifying to the free skate, unfortunately, was Kevin Amos of France. I predicted him third, I believe, originally, but in his short program here at Europeans, it was not his day. An under-rotation call on his quad toe, a fall and loss of combo on the triplets, a fall on an under-rotated triple axel, a fall in the step sequence, and two spin errors really, really, really hammered his score down here at Europeans. Um, the technical score was not it, unfortunately. -4 in deductions. The components were still really good. Two of the judges even gave him first place in the skating skills. That was obviously really good. But this was just not the program Kevin Amos was looking for. He does have this trend with Europeans, and it's just not usually his competition. Last year here at Europeans, he was 22nd. The year before that, he was 31st. He did post on his Instagram that just Europeans has never been his competition, but he is rising up, I believe he said. So yeah, it's just a disappointing result for Kevin Amos in 27th place. Another result that was a huge, and I mean like a huge shock for me was 13th place, and that is Daniel Grazel of Italy, who I truly believed was gonna win here. I was like, there's no, I don't even remember what I said. There's no other European man who has had as high scores as Daniel Grazel this season. La 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 la. Yeah, no, no, that did not happen here. He was fifth place in the short program, quarter call on the quad lutz and the triple toe after that, and the under rotation on the quad loop really did bring his score down in the short at least. The free skate was just not a great free skate. A quarter fall on the quad lutz, under rotation fall on the quad loop, a quarter on the quad sow, triple axle under rotated and fall, under rotated triple axle again, under rotated triple toe, and then under rotated triple loop with the downgraded triple toe loop. So like this is really one of the points I was making with Daniel Grazel. I have made with Daniel Grazel a few times is that when the judges really see his under rotations, and especially if he does have that really big glaring mistake of unfortunately falling on them or really rotating on the ice, and it's kind of clear to see that snow coming up off the ice. That is really when I feel like his scores are not as high because the judges really do see that. The technical panel really does see that, and that's kind of the case of what happened. This was not, obviously the best free skate with the three falls on the really big important jumping passes. A lot of people I saw were saying this is just a good program to get the jitters out before the Olympics in Italy. And so yeah, 13th place for Daniel Grazel here. In 12th place was Andreas Nordebeck from Sweden, who did pretty well here, I could say. Slight triple lutz, triple toe, kind of getting stuck on that landing in the short. 12th in the free skate as well. Would have wanted not to pop the triple axel into a single and the flip into a double flip, but an under rotation on the quad toe as well. Andreas Nordebeck is really somebody who I do feel like um, is gonna be a good person to watch out for in some of the future in this future upcoming quad. He is usually in that 210 range, that 220 range. I would love to see more from him and see where his career goes as well. But yeah, I would love to see more from his career, and we'll definitely see where that all goes as we continue into the future. But I think a really good skater to watch out for in the future. In 11th place is a heartbreaking result, unfortunately, and that is from Nikolai Momola of Italy. He was competing here really for an Italian Olympic spot, just not enough here. He was 10th in the short program with a slight triple flip error, and then 9th in the free skate, having done a double flip instead of a triple flip. He did not attempt any of his quads here. I don't know if he was trying to go for those quads. He has been injured recently. He was injured and his skates got stolen, I believe, last month or about a month and a half ago. And yeah, obviously, really unfortunate. He did withdraw from nationals too. And so this was really an uphill battle, but he did pretty well considering his situation, of course. And he won't be going to the Olympics, unfortunately, but a really great result. He's still really young as well, and he is definitely a skater. Again, another one to really watch out for in the future. He has been a European silver medalist, for example, so he's had a really good repertoire of results behind him. Okay, moving into our top 10. In 10th place was Adam Hagara of Slovakia, who had a really big comeback here, a 14th place showing in the short program, slight error on the quad toe, double toe loop instead of triple toe loop. But his fourth place free skate was one to really watch. Basically all clean, very, very clean quad toe. Just a quarter call on the triple flip was his only mistake. But otherwise, a really solid performance. And again, another skater to watch out for. He's only 19. He's had some really great results this season. His NHK performances were really, really good. And yeah, excited to see where he goes as well as a skater. Okay, ninth place. This is a really good result, in my opinion, for my favorite skater, Denis Vasiljevs from Latvia. He was ninth place here in the short program. The jumps themselves were clean. He did get a zero on his flying sit spin at the end because it was not low enough, apparently. And apparently, he has been injured on his bum unfortunately. And so that is the reason why the position wasn't as low as it usually is. He is usually someone who is known for his steps, not step sequence, is known for his flying sit spin. And so it was kind of a shock there. But apparently it was called not low enough by the technical panel. But he did have a pretty good eighth place free skate, quarter caught on the triple flip, and he did pop both a single loop and a double flip. But otherwise, the scores, the other jumps, the triple axel at the beginning and the triple lutz triple toe were done really well. The judges really did reward him on the component side of things. And so I think this is a really good result for Dennis Alcios considering the conditions that he's had no coach recently. He just had a coach now. There was a little bit of drama in the short program in the Kiss and Cry where his coach Stefan Lambia openly said, like on live camera, that you're killing figure skating, implying that the judges like kind of underscored him. It was a really interesting moment. I would love to do a whole other episode about that, but just something to point out. In eighth place from Ukraine was Kirilo Marsak, who was 11th in the short with a new personal best, just 2 spin errors in the short. Sixth place in the free skate with also a personal best. Big step out and save on the quad lutz, and the quad style double toe had a little bit shaky landing at the end as well. But the other jumps were done cleanly, and that scored him a new personal best for a new personal best overall. It's a really good result for Kirilo Marsak. Seventh was Tamir Cooperman of Israel, seventh in both programs for seventh overall. A couple under rotation calls on that quad style in both the short and the free, but a few shaky landings here and there scored him seventh here overall. Okay. In sixth place was Mihail Selevko, the first of the Selevko brothers we'll talk about today. He was actually third place in the short program with a clean skate, quad toe, triple flip, and triple axel all clean. Really great performance from the youngster. The 11th place free skate just wasn't his free skate to really want to stay. To unfortunately got him off the. It unfortunately dropped him from the podium. Errors on both the quad toes. Didn't get the combo off the first one. The second one, tried to get the combo by adding a single toe at the end of it. They did not count that single toe really though. And then he did fall, unfortunately, on an underrated triple axel, which was a bit of a hard fall. And kind of a spin error at the end as well on the shakiness of that. But, this was an experience. I feel like these type of skates, he could have, he could have had a better skate for sure. He has had a lot better skates in the past, but this was still a really decent performance. Something to remember, that short program was really strong, and hopefully he'll be able to translate that into the free skate. Yeah. Okay, in fifth place was the second Selevko brother, Alexander Selevko, who was second in the short program, slightly above his brother. Did have a slight negative Jewy on that quad toe, but the components were strong. And then he was 10th place in the free skate with a fall on the under-rotated quad toe and a fall on a triple axel that got a repetition call, unfortunately. But still a really good skater. Did get a double toe at the end as well. A really good skater. He was the medalist here at Europeans 2 seasons ago, and he was definitely looking to medal again after that second place in the short. Again, hoping he's able to, translate that really good short to that really good free as well that he had 2 years ago. But wait, was it 2 years ago or was it last year? No, it was 2 years ago. But anyway, yeah, he is going to the Olympics over his brother. Only one men's spot for Estonia, and he is taking it. So yeah. Okay. In fourth place was the European champion from last year, Lucas Britsky, who unfortunately could not defend his title here at Europeans. He was sixth place in the short program, kind of a step out on the quad toe. And saved there. And then the fifth place free skate was still pretty decent. A fall on the underrotated quad toe. Wanted a quad toe with the triple toe in the beginning. Didn't get that, unfortunately. Stepping out of the triple axel and then a pop triple lutz into a double. But a really unique skater, right? He was really well rewarded in the components, even if the technical side wasn't there. I saw some people say that this might be his last season as a skater. Lucas Risky, he is 27 now. A lot of people said that it might be his last season. I'm not sure if that's, officially been confirmed or anything, but a really good career if so. Last year's Europeans were a fairy tale. This year, maybe not so much, but still a really good skate, still really good performances from Lucas Spritsky. Okay, third place was a huge surprise for me. Did not expect this at all. In third place was Georgy Reshchenko of Czechia. This is his first international um, championship medal. This was his first medal at a championship event. He has not won a medal he hasn't been to the Grand Prix, and he hasn't won a medal on the Challenger Series, but this was just a kind of come out of nowhere result from Georgy Reshchenko. He was eighth place in the short program with a clean-ish skate, two quads, the quad sal and the quad toe done there, and the triple axel has a little slight negative Dewey, but otherwise it was still a really good program. His technical side a lot stronger than that component side, and then a third place free skate, kind of again out of kind of nowhere. Triple flip had a unclear edge on it, and then the triple S double axel had a little bit stuck landing on it. Second in the technical score, 12th in the component score. So there definitely is room for improvement on the component side. But this was a huge result from a skater who I really did not expect would be getting a European medal, but really good result for him. He was really frustrated and kind of took it out on the Taiwanese skater back at the Chinese Nebelhorn competition. He didn't qualify a spot for Czechia there. Really wrong of him, obviously, to say kind of mean stuff to another skater, but this seems at least to be somewhat redemptive for that unfortunate competition in Beijing a few months ago. But yeah, Georgy Reshchenko in third place. In second place, this was a really good result, was Matteo Rizzo of Italy. He needed this placement, so he really needed to place above Nikolai Momola in order to get an Olympic spot. He was fourth here in the short program with a clean skate, got that quad toe done, a jump he hasn't, been super successful with. Same thing in the free, getting the quad toe done. The only major mistake being a downgraded triple sal at the end of his triple lutz combo. This was for me one of the performances of the entire event. This was so impressive to watch. At the end of it, during the choreo sequence, he let out this big scream, very much happy, very much that he'd done it. Interstellar was a really good vehicle for him here. Really good skate. I'm really happy for Matteo Rizzo after a lot of struggle with injury over this last 4 years. So yeah, but the real star here, this was a really, really great result, was Nika Igadze of Georgia, who was first in the short program with a really clean skate, and also first in the free skate with a new personal best, getting a quad lutz done, I believe, for the first time in competition. I'm not sure. The quad lutz was done, the quad toe was done, the sal, and two quad sals were done. It's just slight, stuck landing on a triple axle in the middle of the program, but the rest of the program, so impressive. Four quads in this program. New personal best in the free skate. New personal best overall. His components were a lot higher here than they usually get. He definitely has improved more, a little bit more of that artistic side of his skating. He was smiling. He was, kind of boogieing. He was very happy with the skate. Very fun. So yeah, interesting result, very good result there for sure. I feel like he could very much make that top 10, maybe in that top 6 at the Olympics if he's able to really skate this clean at the Olympics. So yeah, third place Georgy Reshchenko, second place Matteo Rizzo, first place Nika Igadze. Okay, people, let's talk women's event because oh no 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 no. Like the women really decided to man here. The ordinals are really all over the place. There's people jumping spots everywhere, and I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked at this event. This was like, what the heck happened? So many crazy numbers flying everywhere, thirds and 15s and sevens, and oh my gosh, it was really crazy to watch this one. At least see the results of this one. So let's see. I think I am going to start. Let's see. Where should I start? Let's just go. I want to like highlight a few skaters that I want us to talk about. I won't go deep into their scores, But the skaters from 15th to 18th, I really enjoy all of their skating and their performances. Lorraine Shield of France was really good. Had, okay performances here. These were lower scores than she definitely would have wanted. I did predict her, I believe, fourth. And so, just not the best competition in terms of the under rotations. And unfortunately, the flips and the lutzes were just not working out. Olivia Kaiser was in 17th place from Switzerland. Lovely skater, lovely grace, lovely everything. She was ninth in the short, 19th in the free. The free skate wasn't her friend, but she's still so good. Josephine Taljegård of Sweden was 23rd in the short and then 14th in the free with such a beautiful skate. It was, yeah, had the under rotation in the free skate, but it was such a powerful skate too. It's all coming back to me now by like Celine Dion. 15th place, I really enjoy Leia Serna as well. She was 14th and 16th in the short and free, respectively. Okay, but let's move up a little bit. Let's talk about, actually, you know what? I'll just go from 14th and down. Mia Caroline Risa Gomez of Norway was 17th and 15th in the short and the free. Olga Mikutina, always fun to watch, was 15th and then 12th in the free. Stefania Yakovleva starts our top 12 here. She was 12th in the short, quarter call on that triple toe loop, and then she was 11th in the free skate. Just a bit of an error on the triple toe loop. I honestly think technical score should have been awarded. I feel like probably a little bit more. She was fourth in there. Component score lower than most of the rest of the field, but the technical side was pretty strong from Stefania Yakovleva. A lot of these scores in the free skate were very much in those late 110s and early 120s, and so there was a lot of room for navigating different scores here. There was a beautiful, and I mean, this was a wonderful result. Yulia Sauter of Romania in the short program. She was 18th there. Triple Lutz, triple toe didn't work out the way she wanted. Did pop the single loop, unfortunately. But her free skate, this free skate from Yulia Sauter was magical. It was raining your black eyes and to build a home. And it had the triple Lutz, such a flying triple Lutz, and the sow and the loop and the toe and the loop again, and the sow had a little bit of struggle, but you could tell the reaction was everything at the end of the program. Crying on the ice in when she reacted to her score, it was big, it was beautiful, it was a great moment to see what skating is when you can just have that clean performance. So wonderful from Yulia Sauter to get that personal best. Yeah, in 11th place. Starting our top 10 off is Aida Karhunen of Finland, who is now going to the Olympics for Finland. She did fall in the short program on an underrated flip. And then the triple X triple toe was downgraded on that second jump. Again, another really skater with a really redemptive free skate, seventh in the free skate. The program was pretty much done cleanly, just an issue on the unclear edge on the Lutz, and then a double Lutz with the same unclear edge issue. But the rest of the program was done cleanly, and that's what really counted here. Ninth place was Ekaterina Kurakova of Poland. Again, a really good performer, a really great skater that I love to discuss. She was eighth in the short here, triple toe, double toe, and then a triple loop with a quarter call, and then a 10th place free skate from Kurakova. A few quarter calls here as well on both of the loops, and a repetition on the second one. But the program was done really good. Her performance on Moulin Rouge is just, it's fun to watch. It's a good style for her. And I love the component side of her skating. I feel like she should be given more on the presentation side of things. Excuse me. Okay. Eighth place was Anna Pizzetta of Italy. She was third in the short program here. Triple Lutz, triple toe did get an under rotation on that, but the triple flip went flying. Very powerful jump there. Then she was 13th in the free, unfortunately, to drop her off the podium. Triple flip, again, went flying so well. Triple loop, and then the triple sow double toe, and unfortunately a triple Lutz, and then a triple sow to end off the program. So a couple of pops there were not her friend here. She is so powerful in her jumps. Anna Pizzetta has kind of been noted as a very big jumper. I mean, these jumps are big. They go distance, they go fly. That triple flip is a great example. It's probably her best jump in her program. But yeah, just not her best result, but definitely a lot of potential for Anna Pizzetta of Italy. In seventh place, making a comeback after this is her first competition all season after coming back from injury. That is Kimi Rippon of Switzerland. She was sixth place in the short, triple flip under rotated into a double toe loop. And then she was ninth in the free for a seventh. Quarter calls on a couple of her jumps here, but this was a really, and it was a really, really good comeback for Kimi Rippon of Switzerland here. Her first competition all season, and she's still able to put up a good, very decent 177 here at the Europeans. Yeah, very strong skater. She has medaled here in the past, back in 2023, was fourth here last year, seventh this year, but a really good performance considering this is her first competition in since last year in March. So that's really crazy, really good for her. In sixth place was another Italian woman, Serena Jews, who was seventh in the short program, just a quarter unclear edge on that triple flip. And then fifth place, personal best free skate. Very, very well done for her on the technical side. This was second on the technical score form from the judges, just a quarter on that triplet. Again, another young skater coming up from Italy, just like Anna Pizzetta. I do feel like maybe like a bit of competition there will be very interesting in this next quad. Very interesting to see that. Okay, this was a big surprising result for me because I was so sure. I was like, this one is it. She's gonna win. In fifth place was Anastasia Gubanova of Georgia. Her short program here was really the weak point, unfortunately, a quarter on the triple flip into a quarter on the triple toe loop. And in the second half of the program, she had a planned triple lutz. She downgraded, under rotated it, and fell on it. She landed too forward on it, and she fell in that triple lutz, which is a really a shock because she has been so consistent all season in her short and her free. Yes, the under rotations were there, but otherwise, no falls, no nothing this season. From Anastasia Gubanova. And so she was 11th there, but she made a huge comeback, and I mean a huge comeback with a second place free skate. Only issues here were under rotation on the lutz and the flip in the second half of the program, and the double axel, sorry, in the second half of the program after the triple lutz. But this was a lot better, obviously, than the short program, and she is really, really honing it in. I feel like this season in the free skate, again, under rotation issues aside, like usually it's just been like bam, bam, like a machine. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I definitely thought she was gonna medal here. Didn't happen, unfortunately, but still someone to watch out for. She did do pretty well in the Grand Prix as well, so just someone to watch out for. Okay, in fourth place was Nina Pinzerone of Belgium. She was second in the short program. Triple Lutz, triple two had a quarter on both of those jumps, unfortunately. And then in eighth place, free skate. This free skate just had a couple too many errors on the under rotations, the triple toe loop, the double axle, the triple loop with a fall on it. Another triple loop had a under rotation as well in the second half of the program. And so the under rotations were really not her friend here, but the judges did recognize some of the components. The German judge put her in first in components and thirds and fourths in there as well. So, you know, the other elements aside, this was a really strong performance from Nina Pinzerone, who again is also coming back from injury after only having been competed since November of this year. So really good result again considering the circumstances. In third place, making her European Championship podium debut, it is a fan favorite, and that is Lara Naki Gutmann of Italy. She was fourth here in the short program, unclear edge on that triple lutz and a bit of a step out on it. The fourth place in the free skate um, to Jaws is really, really interesting. Did get unclear edge on both of the triple lutzes, unfortunately. Triple flip have a bit of a save on that landing. Triple loop as well. But she skated clean enough. She skated well enough to get her on the podium, fourth in both programs, but third place overall. So good result for Lara Nakiguman as she heads towards her home Olympics. In second place was Luna Hendricks of Belgium, who was fifth place in the short program, did fall on the triple flip, unfortunately, and then unclear edge, quarter triple lutz, under rotated triple toe. But the spins were all very well done. The step sequence was powerful. And first place in components of the night. So Clearly, I think the judges really, really, really like her components, her styling, and I agree with that. Luna Hendricks has great packaging as a whole skater. So she was fifth in the short program. She did move up to second overall with a third place free skate, unclear edge on the first triple lutz into a double toe, and then a edge call into a triple lutz into a single toe double loop. But the rest of the program was done cleanly enough. Again, clean enough to get onto the podium here. That is kind of this podium was messy. But the first place skater showed up. She was like, nobody is gonna take my European title away from me ever. And that was Nina Petroikina, who genuinely impressed me so much. I was like, wow. From Estonia, Nina Petroikina. Uh, she has not competed a lot this season. She was injured from about September to November, and she just came back. She was the European champion last season after very big surprises there. She came back in the short. She's like first place by about 6 points in the short. Just an unclear edge on the triple flip there, and then a first place free skate, completely clean. She really said, we're not, no, nobody is taking my European title away from me. This was a humongous score. She won by about 25 points with a 216.14. You got to think she is kind of like saying, yeah, Europeans is my territory. No one is taking Europeans away from me. And she decided to win that title again, like her life depended on it. And yes, it did. I was so impressed when I saw the results. I was like, wow, Nina Petrokina, very impressive results from her. And so the podium here, Lara Nakiuman, third place, Luna Hendricks, second place, but the new queen of Europeans, Nina Petroikina, first place. So well done. Everyone in Estonia was apparently talking about it. It was really crazy to see to see her defend her title here. Very well done from her. Okay, people, let's talk about pairs. And I do want to know before I talk about pairs that there was a withdrawal from the Italian team of Conti and Machi, and so that did affect the field a little bit here. But I don't think they're injured. I think they just decided to withdraw because they'd rather focus on the Olympics coming up. This pairs event was pretty interesting, kind of expected, but also kind of not as well. I really do think pairs at the Olympics will be kind of hard to tell who I think will go kind of where in that kind of spectrum. I do think it'll be hard to tell. I don't think it's very obvious on first sight who is kind of what, right? So let's see here. I'll talk about the top. I'll talk about the top. Let's talk about the top 8 pairs just to do half. In eighth place was Chichitina and Wozniak of Poland. I'm very sorry if I say those names wrong. I really need to practice their names. I feel really bad. Yeah, I really need to practice their names. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. 10th place in the short program, fall on the side by side triple toe loops, and then the triple stout throw had a big, big step out and landing, saving on it. 8th place in the free skate. The twist did get a level 1, and then triple stout throw wasn't the best. But the rest of the program was done cleanly. They had a really good result. Let me see. They had a really good result last year with seventh at Europeans, and they have, kind of been on the periphery of some of the competitions, fourth places, things like that. They are a really good team from Poland. So yeah. Uh, in seventh place was Vipin Law and Digby from Great Britain. Skating here at home, again, the home crowd was just hammering it for everybody. Clean short program from them in fifth place. And then a ninth place free skate. Troubles on the side by sides, single or a waltz jump after that double axel, a fall on the triple loop throw, and a big mistake on the triple sal throw as well. But still really good skates for them to perform in front of their home crowd. A new season's best for them. Sixth place was Ghiati and Rossini of Italy. They were seventh in the short, fall on the triple let's throw, unfortunately. Sixth place in the free, quarter call on that single axle, double axle, single axle that they had, and then a double sal as well. And then both of their throws, slight mistakes there as well. But the rest of the pair elements were really good with the lifts and everything from Ghiardi and Rossini. Again, another team we'll be seeing at the Italian Olympics. From Switzerland is a kind of a newer team. They've been around, I believe, 2 seasons now, of Villamot and Bouvard from Switzerland. They were sixth in the short program. Triple toe loop did have a kind of a step out on it. And then their fifth place free skate was a new personal best. Pretty much all clean except for a triple loop throw fall, but the rest of the program done very well from them. New personal best and overall score. In fourth place was Hockey and Kunkel from Germany. They were fourth in both programs. Under-rotated triple sal in the short, and then under-rotated double axel in the short. Triple loop throw had a couple errors there as well, but it was still a really good performance from them too. Moving on to our top three pairs. Do you notice how I'm speeding up because I just can't? I don't know pairs. I don't know my pairs. I'm sorry. In third place here at Europeans was the Hungarian team, Pavlova, Sviatchenko. I believe this is this is their first European medal after fifth, fourth, and fourth, and they made it to third place on their fourth try here. Third place finish with a clean short program, a new personal best short program. In fact, very, very well done. Very clean from them. Second place free skate, under rotation on those triple styles side by sides, but the rest of the elements really well done. Base level on the death spiral, but whatever. They still did really good from Pavlova and Fyatchenko for their first European medal here. Okay, this is a result that was a bit of a surprise for me, but I don't know. Maybe it is kind of expected. I don't know, expected, but you know, I don't know. This team hasn't been the highly most consistent team all season long, but this is just one of those examples. But they have had really high scores, and these kind of scores are lower, unfortunately. And that is Hasse and Volodin of Germany, second place in the short program, slight error on the triple sal, and then they got third place in the free skate. Side by sides had a little bit of trouble on their fall on the triple loop throw, and then unfortunately, this was really heartbreaking. A fall on their last lift at the very, very end of the program was what really brought their score down. They really did need that lift, and they really did need that Jewy if they were going to make a big attempt to kind of push on that lead and get to first place. But maybe again, like Daniel Grausel in the men's event, maybe this is really to kind of get out the jitters for Milan. I'm not saying that they are like totally out of the running for Olympic medals. They were really good at the Grand Prix final. And that's kind of the kind of free skate we'll be hoping for there from them. We'll have to see. This pairs event is going to be chaotic. That's all I'm going to say. But in first place, the stars here in the pairs event were the Georgian team of Metzokina and Barulava. They were first place in the short program with a clean skate with a new world record in base value, actually. And then they were first place in the free skate, which did have a couple errors on it, a quarter on the double axle in the sequence, a fall on the triple toe loop in the sequence. But otherwise, the rest of the program, the Jewy is crazy, above 1 point for basically everything. Both the throws went well, all three lifts went very well, and that has been a bit of an issue in the past is the lifts, but really good for them. So yeah, here in the pairs event, Pavlova Siatchenko third, Hasse Volodin second, Metukina Barulava in first place. So very interesting from there. Okay, let's go, of course, lastly to ice stands, our favorite. The ice here seems like in the ice stands event a little bit cursed. But I wouldn't say by a lot. I don't know, a little bit cursed. It did show me that kind of one tiny little error in ice stand is really crucial and kind of something to really, really, and I mean really point out here. Okay. Let us talk about all the teams from 10th place down. In 10th place was the Tashler siblings, Tashlerova, Tashler from the Czech Republic. They had a very clean not short, rhythm dance. I always forget to switch my terminology. Their levels could have been a little higher on their individual or their step sequence, their 1 foot, and their twizzles in the free. Oh, wait, that is the wrong thing I'm clicking on. That is not the right team. On their diagonal steps in the free dance could have been a little higher, but this was a really good program from them as well. In ninth place was the Major and Le Messier of France, who were eighth place in the rhythm dance with a new personal best for them. So great for them. And then in the ninth place free dance, couple levels they could have improved on, but otherwise it's still a really strong skate. I really like this fun arcane theme skate from them. I think it's a really fun skate to have. Oh, pretty tired. Okay, this is a result I really want to talk about. In eighth place here, maybe a little low, maybe I wanted a little bit more, but that was Turkila and Versluis of Finland, who have been gone from injury all season. They did come back at nationals in Finland and won that, but they have been injured. Unfortunately, these past few seasons didn't compete on the Grand Prix. Maybe lost a little bit of reputation, maybe with the judges. They were seventh in the rhythm dance, with a pretty good rhythm dance. They were eighth place in the free skate, the free dance. Sorry, their only issue being a struggle, unfortunately, on the twizzles for Matthias Verschluis. But otherwise, a pretty solid skate for them. They have this Bewitched tango again. I really do enjoy it to see it. Yeah, still a really strong skater is my favorite. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, in seventh place was the team of Smart and Deke from Spain, who had a really good comeback here, 10th in the rhythm dance. After getting that too long exclamation point on their rhythm, the choreographic rhythm sequence, and then a fifth place free dance for them, a really strong skate there. Everything was good. The June was there. Everything was very good for them. Very very good. Okay, moving into our top six. This was a bit of a surprising result. Really good for this team. Davis and Smolkin from Georgia were in sixth place here. They were sixth in the rhythm dance and sixth in the free dance for six overall. Okay, here is the top five who I did get to watch in their free dances. Really good top five here. Reed and Milivicius of Lithuania were in fifth place. They were fourth in the rhythm dance with a new personal best, all clean there. Their struggles came in the free dance where their level on the 1 foot steps, the 1 foot turn sequence, step sequence, I don't know, step sequence, whatever, was unfortunately low. And then Solius and Brulivicius did unfortunately have a kind of a stumble on it on one of the turns at the very end of it, and they did very much notice that. It was a very, clear error, unfortunately, from them. And unfortunately, that brought their Julie down, and that was a really important element that they needed there. But again, a really good team. They qualified for the Grand Prix final earlier this season. Their score is still 200 here. I think they did a really great job still. Okay. In fourth place was the French team, the silver medalists from last year of Loporeva and Brissot. They were fifth in the rhythm dance with a clean skate. They're fourth place in the free dance as well. This was a really good free dance from them. I felt it. You know what I mean? Like I felt this Bjork free dance. It was I don't know, it finally clicked with me. I feel like it did finally like set in that this is good. This is really there. So yeah, really good result from Loporeva and Brice. So obviously they would have liked to return to the podium. This score is still really high from them. And so we'll have to see. We'll have to see people. Okay, these top three, the home favorites in third place were Fear, Lila Fear, Lewis Gibson in fifth place. They had a second place rhythm dance with a clean skate. Trouble came a little bit in the free dance. They were third in the free dance. Twizzles were unfortunate here. Lila Fear, I don't know what kind of happened, unfortunately, but they basically kind of bumped into each other and they had to stop the Twizzles before they could get their third set of Twizzles down. They still got a level 3 and a level 4 respectively, but they definitely would have wanted that. They definitely would have wanted to have that third set of Twizzles and a lot of positive Julie on that. But the crowd loved this free dance, this ode to Scottish folk music, and very, very, very happy crowd clapping along, very happy. I thought it was very fun. Again, they're known as the crowd pleasers and they do their job very well, and they did it really well here in Sheffield. Yeah, good setup for them. I still do think, despite the mistake, they are kind of still in the running for that Olympic medal, and we'll have to see. Just like this next team of Guignard and Fabry of Italy. This was a really good performance. They had a really rough fall Grand Prix season. The judges just seemed to like plummet their scores on the Grand Prix. It was not something I wanted to watch. This rhythm dance was third in the rhythm dance with a clean skate. Then this free dance was beautiful. This beautiful, beautiful free dance was a clean skate as well. And so they really did rise to the occasion, I do feel like. Their score here was a 210, and I feel like that is kind of on the level of what some of the other teams vying for that third place spot at the Olympics are. And you have to think that this, might give them a little bit of optimism for that spot after a fall season. Their scores have only trended up this season, and so that's really what, of course, we want to see, right? Yeah. And then in first place was the French team, and the new French team of Fournier Baudry Cizeron. They were first in the rhythm dance with a clean skate. Did get that exclamation mark, that cursed exclamation mark on their core rhythm sequence, and then they were first in the free dance as well with a new personal best. This score was crazy, 135.50 for the free dance, and then 222.43 in overall score, personal best there. That is the highest ice dance score, I believe, this season so far, and that does very much show that they're here to play. The judges are really, really well behind them. They are here to play, and they're here to stay and play, and they are wanting to go for that Olympic gold, and it'll be Chalk and Bates in the US who are really their main enemies, their main rivals here in the sport. But yeah, here at Europeans, third, Pierre Gibson, second, Guillaume Fabry, first, Pony Ability, Cizeron. And so that concludes the 2026 European Figure Skating Championships. I know that was a lot, and I feel like I did talk quite a lot in this episode, but I really do think this competition was chaotic. One of the most chaotic competitions I feel like I've watched in a while, but still, of course, a lot of fun and a really good preview for some of the skates that we'll see at the Olympics. Maybe some of the skaters, again, kind of shaking off those nerves, hopefully, before the Olympics. But a really good performance from a lot of these skaters. Really good event still. I like the color scheme still. But yeah, that was Europeans. Next week, I will be reviewing the four continent figure skating championships, which I'm very sorry I didn't have a preview for because the timing, the scheduling was just not it for four continents. And so I will only be doing a review of four continents. And then we are almost there, people. Next week will be the last week of January. And then all of February is Olympics content. So I will release 4 different episodes in February just about the Olympics. And it will be, I think, crazy. It will be everything we thought of. The Olympics are getting closer every single day. It's in about 2 weeks now, which to me is crazy because a few months ago they were months away, and we are getting ever so close to the Olympics. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode of a Teen Talks Game podcast. My name is Ango. I hope you enjoyed listening to me rant about the 2026 European Figure Skating Championships. And I will see you next week for a review of four continents before we head off to Italy for the Olympics. And bye bye.